Hey guys, it's Viewmasters Reactions, and we're back with Campaign 2, Episode 28, Part 2. Last we saw, we got Tal'dorei back. He was in a stone temple-ish church-looking building behind a fence that was being taken over by vines and thorns and nature, something that his family's trying to keep at bay for 100 years, and it is rapidly expanding the barriers of whatever is happening. He said it's been about 20 seasons, which if there's 4 seasons in one of their years, which I feel like they confirmed there was. I think Marisha was the one. Bo said 4 seasons in a year. He said he was the age of 100 seasons. He refers to everything in seasons. He's 25 years old. He was there for 5 of those years. So a fifth of his life he spent by himself waiting for his family to come back and protecting whatever the hell he's protecting. And then he's like, oh, convenient you came by. I was waiting for a group to just leave everything behind and go with. So whatever the heck that all is about, it doesn't matter. But he said, I don't want payment or anything else. I'm just going to one day ask you for a favor, Godfather style. And we run off with Tal'dorei. His name is Caduceus Clay. Caduceus, like deuces, like they used to say back in the day. I don't remember the last time I've heard somebody say that, but it's Caduceus Clay. He said, just call me Clay, Mr. Clay, however you want to do it. I thought he was going to be an elderly gentleman. We were talking about these hermit-like old men that were priests that were out in the middle of nowhere. I thought that was what we were going to encounter, something along those levels. He is also a furbog, very similar to Neela, also like Pumat Sol. Does that mean we are going to be in Pumat Sol's good graces now more so? Are we going to get better deals because we now have a furbog in our crew? And he might go like, oh, I give family discounts to everybody, even though we're not family because there's millions of us. He also is the guy in this animation that I've been seeing since episode 1, where I didn't know who it was because everyone was accounted for, but then somebody told me in a live stream or something, go check it out. Molly is sort of faded in the background because he passes away, and that is him in the background, ghosted, and there is Caduceus Clay, Tal'dorei's new character. I kid you not, I did not expect to see Tal'dorei that quick. I thought we were going to at least go back to the town or something. I said at some point, is he going to be the guy we recruit? But I just felt like there were too many ways we wouldn't come across him that way. That's my biggest question. How were they so sure that was the path? Or when I say they, how was Matt so sure that that was the path they'd go down? Am I to assume if they didn't go down that path and go try to seek him out? Like, what if they got to the fence and they go, you know what? Let's just leave. We got other things to do, and like this isn't working out. What if they just left? Tal'dorei's character would have been in the middle of nowhere. I assume at that point he would have kind of ran into them maybe. Maybe there's different ways in which they can rendezvous with this character. Otherwise, I don't know what Tal'dorei would have done. But it doesn't matter because he's with us. We are now on our way to the Sour Nest. We're not even going to stop back at Shady Creek Run. We're going straight to the nest. We're going to recon. We're going to see what's up. If it doesn't look like something we should do right now, we could go back to town. We have some hours to juggle. I'm excited. You guys want to see more of what I do, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons ahead of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you'll only see on Patreon. The link is at the end. Dozens of shows you'll never see on YouTube. I just don't have time to edit it all. Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Eureka, and Infinity Train. Just started Steven Universe and Centaur World this week on Patreon only. Check it out. If not, jumping in. Campaign 2, Episode 28, Part 2.
Scooting, as opposed to the more southern direction you were traveling, heading eastward, kind of carefully making your way on the outskirts of the northern side of the North Clover of Shady Creek Run. I need you all to make stealth checks.
Making stealth checks.
Disadvantage for you.
So here we go. We're on our way to the nest. Making stealth checks. Tal'dorei is back.
Politely ask the forest to maybe just give us a round this time, just in case. I want to talk to a couple trees and see if they'd be all right, just giving us a little passage.
Okay. Roll a wisdom check.
I also said this in the Patreon hour.
Wisdom check.
Is Tal'dorei mimicking somebody? Because he sounds like something or someone familiar.
Bend in quietly, placing your hand against one of the
like
nearby
very like
trees,
lackadaisical,
cold,
friendly old man kind of.
soft from
even
the
though he's
moisture of the
25.
snow that had melted from the day before. You feel the oppressive sense of the central nature that encompasses the Savalier Wood give way ever so faintly. So,
Wait. Maybe stupid idea. You guys can talk to plants. Plants are neutral. What if we lead them into the woods?
What?
Now you're thinking like I was. I didn't have that specific
Iron
idea.
shepherds. We bait
Yes.
them into the woods.
And then what?
We fight them in there.
We can have the plants
How do we do that?
entangled.
Yeah, how would we get them to
I
go
don't know.
out
I mean,
in
it
the
could be a
woods?
backup if this plan goes south, if they wake up or something.
I mean, that all
But if
sounds
they
great
can
on
touch the
paper, but
plants, I mean, the woods
then
are
they're on
anyone's game.
high alert, and
They
why
can
would
fight
they?
other creatures, not just us.
But what is it that lures the shepherds out of their hole?
Yeah, can you mine?
I've got fireworks.
I can put a
chase
stink
us?
bomb inside.
Yeah, but that would just make them run outside.
Really
They're not going to go
Not
running
like
into
what
the
you call my
woods.
stink pouch.
That will put them in the courtyard. It will not probably put them in the woods.
See, Liam and me, or Caleb and me,
Take one
are
of
on the same
theirs.
page.
Take
This is.
Lorenzo or something. They'd have to come out.
I mean, I like where they're going, but that is,
was-
we don't have
there
enough
was no reason
time,
for them to
right?
leave.
Basically, and
Do I
that
know if
isn't going to
Lorenzo
work.
is a loyal person? Like, would he just let someone die if they got taken?
best that you can tell, he's not a leave no man behind type individual.
He isn't.
He isn't.
But he's a
So,
vengeful type of individual.
but he's not all
He's
about
definitely a fan of eye for an eye.
fan of an eye
If
for
we
an eye.
manage to kill one of them, if it goes south and we manage to kill one of them, he might chase us.
He might. I think he definitely
maybe
would. If we killed one of them and then
Just it
ran,
could be a backup.
No, that's good.
he could. I think he definitely would. Is that your way to get him in the? I mean, hey,
Oh, stealth check.
that would
So stealth
work.
checks.
Okay, I'll go with that. Kill one or two in the
stealth
dark, in the night, in their sleep. Raise alert and then run to the woods and then have everybody
20.
waiting. But would Lorenzo be so dumb to not think we might be setting
Really
him
bad
up?
rolls.
Really good rolls, except for
Thanks
one.
to you speaking with nature, I am ignoring one of the lowest stealth rolls.
Only one?
But even still,
They were all pretty solid.
as you approach the outskirts of the Sour Nest, you can see the clouds of the night are broken here and there. The very, very darkened night, occasionally broken by the errant moonbeam that manages to sweep through the open grove where this fortress was built. The canopy itself kind of cleared out, leaving it open for the occasional peak of white through the clouds. The same perimeter wall you see being slowly trained across by two guards, dressed in the same hooded attire as those that you previously saw, as you saw as well, bringing the three carts northward from the Glory Run Road. As you begin to approach,
What was that?
Keg unfortunately manages to
I don't know what that was.
to step on what sounds like a hornet's nest. It crunches into your foot, and for a brief second, you inhale very sharply, knowing that this familiar sound, this is not the first hornet's nest you've stepped into, but thankfully a moment passes, no hornets.
It
was
is
abandoned and fallen from a tree.
abandoned nest, dried out.
However,
there are
you do hear
hornet
a voice
nests
in the wall say-
all over my property. At least
Well-
once or twice a year, I gotta get rid of a couple.
How far?
About 70 feet from you.
They're always about the size of your fist.
Be doing this now.
A couple of years ago, like 2 years ago, maybe less. There was
wanna
one
put
the
Frumpkin in
size,
danger, but
like
we
bigger than my
pretend it was
head.
Frumpkin.
It was like the size of like half my torso.
Shoots
It
out or
was
something.
humongous. One of the biggest I ever seen.
Frumpkin shoots up
Was
into
on the
the
back,
air
like the back
bounces off a
porch,
tree.
with giant, crazy looking ones.
There you are again, you sucker. He's gonna go ahead and raise the crossbow again. Sean. That is a 13 to hit. What is Frumpkin's armor class as an owl?
I have an owl here. It is.
Not probably good. 12.
That hits.
That hits, yeah. Great.
Birchicide.
He's all right.
That is 4 points of piercing damage to Frumpkin.
Frumpkin is alive.
Frumpkin is alive. It's 6, right? I think Frumpkin is
What does
6.
the owl have?
Well, it's
depends on
1d4
what you
plus
roll.
1, and I rolled it last time, and I rolled a 4, so it's 1d4 plus 1. So
So it's 5.
5? Oh my
So
god.
You watch as this owl just takes a crossbow bolt to the chest and is like,
Frumpkin lives. I
You
love
did the
the
same
little
voice go,
side note. Frumpkin.
What? Phil! Phil! I fucking shot an owl. It's still flying.
Shot
I hate
Frumpkin
this
the owl.
forest. It's bullshit. You hear this voice so further away go, you suck. It's like, shut up! Loads another bolt into it. And starts, you see now is actively looking for the owl to finish it off and regain his pride.
told him to go down low to the ground. Yeah?
Can you bring him back? I kind of want that arrow.
Yeah, I can. But I poof into Frumpkin's senses. Do I hear anything besides Phil and Mystery Man?
Make
Do
a
I hear
perception check
anything
with
besides
advantage.
Phil and the mystery man?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good on the first roll. The first roll, it's good. So that is 18.
18, okay.
Solid.
Hearing the two men banter back and forth a little bit, kind of the errant prodding that Phil seems to be giving to this individual. Beyond that, there's the crickets in
Sam
the
go to town
air.
over there.
There's other nocturnal birds that are starting
Crickets
to
in the
rouse from their
air.
slumber to go hunting through the night. From the direction of the sour nest, Frumpkin glances up and can see on the second floor there are two kind of openings you had seen previously on the second floor of this fortress on each side. And there appears to be a very faint bit of firelight, and there appears to be a shadow that passes by one and the other. So there is somebody moving on the second floor of this,
It was the inner building.
of the
All
inside.
right, so there's
yes.
not a whole lot of
Snap my
noise or anything
fingers,
going on.
And Frumpkin vanishes, leaving the bolt where he was. And then I just do it again, and he's here.
All right.
All right.
Very wounded, but
Very
alive.
wounded.
May I borrow one of your good berries?
Absolutely.
Look at that. And 1 hit point will do
We've got
wonders.
4 or 5 left,
I will take 4.
please.
1, 2.
There we go. Frumpkin's back to normal health.
Frumpkin happily eats from the good berries, and you watch it.
Full
He watches
health?
the wounds close slowly. The magic of the good berries healing the crossbow bolt over eventually.
Oh god. Sorry guys.
Now, does that.
We can
I'm
maybe
assuming
use this.
4
We can
berries,
make
4 hit
make a
points, full
distraction
health.
owl that
Is that how it works?
focus
Because
on
we
and
could have
take
probably
him out
used
from
that for our
afar.
human friends.
Do you have an illusion that you can do that? It's a good idea. Maybe we should have done that to begin with.
Well, we could potentially keep moving now if we want to, because,
We got the label now.
yeah, we know that there's 2 on the wall. Maybe that's their MO. Every night there's 2 on the walls. People are awake inside. What is the hour right now?
10 o'clock,
I'd say at
or
this
probably
point
like
it's close to
10.
10:30.
I was gonna say a little later because we've
Yeah.
been in 10:33.
Very
10:33.
specific.
It is.
Are you just going for that, or is that like,
No,
does
it's
that mean
10:30.
something?
Oh, I'm sorry, 10:34 now.
In a minute, it's going to be 10:35.
Yeah, approximately.
How about now?
It's still 10:34.
But it's closer to 10:35. It's
I'm
not a
not going to do
minute.
this
No.
right now.
No, it wasn't.
So
It
we
was
have
still
a decision
closer to
to make.
10:34.
Doesn't seem any better or worse from the outside, but we are outside the onion. So are we going back to town to get a little more muscle, or are we making a go of it here?
All right. Who votes for more muscle? Let's put it to a vote.
Well, how successfully could we silently kill these 2 on the wall?
I don't
You
like
would
that
do it
Keg
one.
is constantly
very
like, we
easily.
need more people, we need more people.
As long as you don't
Adamantly.
I'm staying right here.
But pitch it to me. How? You, I know.
And she knows him the
this
best.
guy
That is
easily.
making me feel uneasy. Like,
Do
we've
you-
already seen
do
him
you
kill one of our
fight
people.
people
We
from
almost
afar?
all could have died.
Not quietly.
He let
but-
us go.
How about
He
you?
legitimately
You
let
like
us
to have
go.
Anything that can shoot from afar.
And now
Like
Keg
me, I
is
told
like,
you.
don't go in
Something
like
that's
this.
not like
And
Hey, look, we're here. We've got lightning. You know, like something.
Poison spray.
Okay. I mean, that's.
10 feet. No, that's not from very far.
We have Bo.
Yeah.
She's quiet.
took a
I
tap
could
of
distract
this.
one.
We have
I could
Bo,
distract
she's
one while you
quiet.
go up and just.
How tall's the wall? How would I be able to get on the wall?
The wall is about 12 to 15 feet. It's not
Parkour off a
terribly
tree.
tall.
I mean,
It's
your
about 5 feet
average
wide.
fence or wall is 8 feet, 9 feet.
Can I do
That's
a
your
quick,
average
Are we
fence or
walking their
wall.
perimeter?
Get a running start, kick
we're
off
doing
it.
perimeter
You
walk,
could usually
I
get a
want
good 10 or
to
12 feet
look
height
and see
if
there
you're
are any
good at it, like her.
branches and trees that might be kind
Possible.
of growing close to
You
the wall.
do
that I
know
could-
from previously looking over it that they've cleared out the forest about 10 feet from the outer wall specifically to prevent anyone from climbing over or into
All
the
right.
space.
They
I mean, I
specific.
can shoot one with a crossbow.
I have
I
a
mean,
sling, too.
the way Bo can move,
to
she
finish
could
the
do it.
job.
She could
I've
do a
got my
kickstart.
Yeah, we gotta
off,
do
like
both
a
at
kick,
the same time.
running kick off the
Ideally,
wall.
there's got to be like a team one and a
Probably
team
do
two
12
on the
to
guy.
15 feet.
I mean, I've got my throwing arrows, but they're not, or my throwing
I've
darts, but they're
easily
not.
kicked off a wall
Super great.
to climb over. I used to climb over shit all the
It
time. I
doesn't
was like
make
a monkey
storm
going up
around
trees
it, right?
all the
It's just a
time.
lightning bolt.
I easily could kick off a wall and get 10 or
You know.
12 feet. And I'm
Controlled
like not a
lightning
big guy.
Make it seem like
I'm
it's a storm.
6
rather
foot
than-
You can
on
distract
a,
him
on
with
a
the
good day if
actual
I'm wearing
frumpkin
boots.
while I shoot. It doesn't have to be an illusory frumpkin. I can still shoot.
Yeah. Could also just shoot him from the dark when he's not expecting it to happen.
That's true.
I mean, also sometimes maybe it's
Caleb
just a stormy
is-
night.
I think
here
I
in the
100% agree with Caleb.
must be a
The
really bad
majority
person
of the
to
last planning of all the last episode in this.
Yeah, he's a real dick.
He's a real dick. He is the
How far away
worst.
are they within eyesight of each other? I'm
Phil
assuming
is the
so, too.
They are,
worst.
yes.
I mean, I can if you guys, I can shoot. I got a shooty thing. I can shoot him.
Okay, here's what I'm going to propose.
I got a shooty thing.
We split up, 3 on one guy, 3 on the other. We'll do the plan that kind of worked when we were doing it on kids, and we didn't know we were doing it on kids.
Look at the way Sam. I thought
can
the
throw
same
up-
thing, Sam.
You can throw up a
I'm like,
bottle
the
rocket.
way you are
That'll be the
speaking, this
signal.
sounds dirty
we tap
and
both of
horrible.
the guys at the same time. Two different sides.
That's loud. We could just do message. We
Yeah.
can send each other a
But-
message that's silent.
But if it's loud and they're both dead afterwards,
But then the people inside might
will
hear
hear it.
What? Bo.
Silence.
I could create. Oh, were you
Bo.
going to say something?
What,
I know
Bo?
I'm new
Come
here,
on.
and you've obviously
We can
all
make
got,
all the noise we want because they're dead.
some
What?
kind of hierarchy going here of how you work
Caleb's
this
in
out.
charge.
That makes
Caleb's
sense.
in charge.
That makes sense. So
Caleb doesn't like that, but honestly,
I
Caleb's in
suppose
charge.
my question would be,
Or should be.
what are you really here for? Because normally, if I'm looking at a complicated problem, I just think about what it is that I really want, and then I go and I do that. And
we want to murder everyone inside and rescue the people who are trapped.
We want to rescue.
well,
the
I mean,
people
but
who are
if
trapped.
I was gonna say, if you had to put one above the other,
We
if you
wanna
get one thing, you get to do.
rescue the people in the basement.
Yeah.
So you got to get in
Number
and out
one
of the
priority:
basement.
rescue people in the basement.
I mean, that seems to be the conversation then, is getting in and out of the basement. I'm sure inevitably you're going to kill a whole bunch of people in the process of that, but as long as you're focused on where you're going and what you're doing, that may help with against this wanton violence against Phil, who I'm sure is a terrible person. He shot an owl. But
Phil's friend.
We thought it was funny.
Every now and then there's something in his voice
All right,
that
let's
makes me
split up.
think of somebody
Take these guys
specific.
out.
No, it's too early. We
First
need
off,
to wait. It's
Talzin,
2:30.
what was that all about? Am I crazy? I feel like Talzin just went in a giant circle of nothing for the last like
We wait now
2
to
minutes
get into
there.
position.
Okay,
He's like,
you
wait,
guys
well, let
now
me
to
get to
into
the bottom of
position.
this. You want to go in the basement? Well, there we go. We know we want to go in the basement.
Okay, you keep
The
an eye-
way
and you
he's
do watch
doing
as
it,
the two of
though.
them
Well,
they're
you
not
are,
perfectly
you
in
are.
line with each other, and the second floor of the
trying
complex
to
does
think of who
block
he's
their vision
doing.
of each other when they are on complete opposite sides of the wall. But sometimes one will be faster than the other, and they'll kind of yell to the other, and they'll go see each other from the opposite sides.
How far is Beauregard from me right now?
How far is Beauregard from you right
Does
now?
you wander away from me?
No, I'm right.
Is he
next to you.
doing Jeff Goldblum? That's who I think he's doing. Is he doing like a mild
Yeah.
version of Jeff Goldblum?
I was just trying to move.
Because
things
he literally
along.
just went around in a
I don't want this
circle
one moving along right now. She
of
makes a lot
insanity,
noise.
and that's kind of
No,
like how
I'm-
Jeff Goldblum
yeah, we'll
talks
wait.
with,
Yeah,
like
we'll
when
just
he's
wait
just
now.
crazy
That's a
and he
good
just like,
question.
I mean, he's entertaining
I'm
as hell.
probably gonna
I feel like he's doing a
ruin
Jeff
any
Goldblum.
stealthiness.
You do know, from the time that you've spent here, that there is no point in which the place is unguarded from the wall.
There's no point at which there is.
Meaning,
Not that far watch.
meaning there are shifts. The perimeter sentinels that you see currently, there are usually 2 sets that switch off.
Is there a time when they change?
There is, but you're not entirely certain what it was. You weren't really paying attention.
You could take off your armor.
That's kind of what I was thinking. At least to get into place, and then put it back on.
It's a lot of armor.
It's a lot of armor.
It's a lot. It's a lot of armor.
We are doing this. I feel we should wait till it is light at night and wait until we see those guards changed. And then wait a little bit further for the old guards to go to sleep. Yeah? So there's a lot of sitting here and not moving.
Yeah.
I know we are all very anxious, but we wait. Someone comes out, relieves these 2, they go to bed, and then we strike all at once. Then we do your plan. It's just delayed, that's all.
Okay. To the next shift change.
Until the next
Those are
shift
short
change.
rests.
Different
Onward!
sides of the facility?
I think so. I think.
Yeah, but can't you stay here?
And do what?
Wait.
With
what?
with 2 other people. We're splitting up so we can take them both out at the same time.
Yeah, you're just waiting till some of us are able to silently take out these people on the wall. Then we buy ourselves a little time where you can clink and clunk, as we get closer.
Clink and clunk. Clink and clunk.
It's good that you find levity in this situation. It's important.
It's
Then we
important.
go into the inside of this
It's
wall.
important you find
Take the
levity in
next
this
step.
situation.
So it's not 3 and 3, it's 3 and 2.
Well, it's 2 groups, and you move less right now.
Okay. Fair.
It's 2 groups of 3.
Can I
You
take
just
a- can I
move
take a short
less.
You guys can take a short rest,
Oh my
And we
god.
watch,
and you watch, and
and
you
we
wait.
solidify our plan
Spell, because you had a...
that we definitely.
Mercifully, depending on your intent, the clouds break for a while, and you have a clear, starry, moonlit sky overhead that manages to create a rim light on
Beautiful.
both the wall, the structure, and the 2 guards. And you wait. And you wait. And we're gonna take a break.
Hey!
Knew it was coming.
Yep. And we'll come back here in a second. And I
Where's
think at
this
this point,
one
I might as well
end?
just put the
This one ends
the
at
filters out there, so I'll be waiting for you when we come back.
3:59. 3:59 it ends.
He finally found
So
it.
we're gonna have over another 2 hour and
So
10
we're gonna
minute
go
live
ahead
stream.
and
But here, let's
go
see what Matt-
to
we always
but we have a
respect Matt
giveaway
and
at the
listen to
break.
everything he
So
says.
for our fantastic giveaway tonight, we have the Purple Heart.
But by the
Hero
time he's
Vault.
done, we're gonna have a
Take
good
not
2 hour,
design on
10 minute
it,
live stream on
which
Friday.
is really, really pretty.
I'm
It's
in.
magnetized. Open up. You can put your dice. You can put your miniature in there.
That's
I'll be giving this
beautiful.
away at the end of the
Beautiful.
break. So go
I love
ahead and
that
hop on
color.
over to the Critical Role
That
chat
wood is
on Twitch.
amazing.
That's twitch.tv/Critical Role, and enter the keyword once. More than once, and you'll be disqualified. The keyword tonight is Stronghold. One word.
Stronghold.
So all you people in the U.S. and Canada, excluding Quebec, go ahead and throw that into the chat, and we'll come back with a winner as soon as we return. See you in a few minutes.
Thank you, Matt. Goodbye. Beautiful episode, guys. We see more of Talzin's new character, Mr. Clay. Caduceus Clay is his name. Am I wrong to assume, I've been saying it since he was on the scene and spoke his first sentence, I'm saying he sounds like somebody specific. And now I think I figured it out. Is it Jeff Goldblum? Is he doing a mild version of Jeff Goldblum? Because right there, he just cut them off. He goes, well, here we go, guys. Like, I'm going to give you a scenario. Like, what are you looking at trying to do here? Oh, you want to go to the basement? Well, if you want to go to the basement, then, like, first things we think is, like, you got to go to the basement. So let's plan a thing on how to go to the basement. And, all right. So, like, he's doing that where he's just, like, super nervous, twitchy, acting like he's formulating a plan, and all he's doing is repeating himself 500 times over and going in a giant circle of nonsense. Like, thank you for interrupting so you could speak for 2 or 3 minutes and go in a circle like that. But I feel like he did it on purpose because he wants to intentionally infuse the Jeff Goldblumness of everything into it, because I'm not going to lie, I enjoy it. It's entertaining. That's why Jeff Goldblum is so great, because he does it normally throughout everything I've ever seen him in since the 80s. We started with The Fly with him and Buckaroo Banzai, maybe even things before that. He was in Death Wish, one of the Death Wishes, one of the Death Wishes way back in the early 80s, maybe even the late 70s, all the way till now with Thor Ragnarok and other things. He's still going to be in other Marvel movies, and he's in other things beyond that, the new Jurassic Park and everything, and he's still the same Jeff Goldblum. But it's entertaining. So is that what he's doing, or did I just go on a rant for nothing? It's got to be that, because he is definitely mimicking somebody. But I dig the character. He's probably going to come in handy. We have decided that we are going to sit and wait, take a little bit of a rest, wait for our moment to strike. We are going to split into 2 groups, 3 and 3. I just think it's funny that Caleb is our leader now. Willingly or unwillingly, he is our leader. Everyone looks to him and no one questions it. Earlier, Not said Caleb's our leader. No one argued it. Bo, if anybody, would be the one to argue it, because everyone else is outsiders at this point. We've got Caleb, Not, and Bo. The rest are outsiders. So who's to say anything except Bo? And Bo didn't say anything, even though in the Patreon hour, and I don't think it was anything during this, but in the Patreon hour, I feel like Bo was getting confrontational and firing at Caleb a bit about the whole spider thing. And another thing came up too, and it was all over silliness, and I think Bo misunderstood some things, but either way, they're all good friends, and I'm not going to rag on things like that because it never even came up and it never amounted to anything. And it seems like Bo respects the fact that Caleb is the one that is probably going to make the more logical decisions in all this. We're going to split into 2. We're going to have Keg kind of fall back a little. And I mean, we're going to go at these dudes. I am assuming we're immediately going to get into a battle map when the live stream starts. We have 2+ hours for the live stream on Friday, and we'll go from there. But we now have everyone in this picture assigned to somebody. Tal is in as 2. I don't know when this picture was made, but it was definitely after episode 27. I wore my Molly shirt in honor of the fact that Taliesin came back in the Patreon hour. That is why this is on. And we'll go from there. You guys want to see more of what I do? Full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons ahead of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you'll only see on Patreon. The link is in front of me. Dozens of shows you'll never see on YouTube. I just don't have time to edit it all. Doctor Who, Person of Interest. We got Almost Human and Eureka, Centaur World, and Steven Universe started this week. Check it out. If not, comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.